Sometimes I feel like we have romanticized mental and emotional health so much that we think healthy is only achieved when there's an absolute lack of flaws. And luckily for all of us, that's not true. Hi, I'm Paula, the girl that sits here every Tuesday to just talk about things that happen to all of us but that we don't talk about enough. And today I wanted to talk about this whole concept of healthy attachment style because it has become so popular and romanticized that I feel like the actual concept we have for it is completely unachievable. So let's just talk about what it really is and how we can all work to start developing a healthier attachment style with the people in our lives, not only romantic relationships, but any type of relationship. So, to make it quick, is healthy attachment style actually a thing? Yes, it is. Are relationships where this type of attachment is predominant perfect? No, they are not, but they can get significantly better. And can you achieve this type of attachment style even if currently you feel like you've got an attachment style that is completely the opposite? Yes, you can. And here's what you need to know. So before spilling all the secrets about healthier relationships and healthier attachment styles, there are some things you need to know. Emotions are the most subjective thing we can talk about, and therefore it's nearly impossible to give you an objective approach towards what's okay to feel and what's not. We can control how we feel. Feeling is normal and everybody feels because it's actually a mechanism we have in order to adapt to situations better. So don't worry if you're too emotional, that's okay, it's okay to feel. And having a healthier attachment style doesn't mean that eventually you're going to stop feeling jealous or sad or angry or insecure. Any of those things. It would actually be really suspicious if you didn't have visceral reactions towards things because you are meant to have them, everybody is. So having a healthier attachment style is not about not feeling things, it's about how you are going to react when you feel those things and how you communicate those feelings to other people. So at the end of the day, developing a healthy attachment style is about doing loads of inner work so you can start trying to change any belief system that you feel might be hurting you or causing you problems, and starting to be mindful about how you react to certain situations, if there are ways in which you could react better, and how those reactions are going to affect other people and the relationship dynamics overall. And obviously, even though it takes a lot of inner work, the environment, the other person or other people help you create inside that relationship is also going to be fundamental for you to develop a healthier attachment style. Because let's say that you did all the work, but the other person is constantly lying to you. Well, it's going to be really hard that you trust them and that you don't feel betrayed or that you don't suspect about them when you know they are constantly lying to you. So a big part of developing a healthier attachment style is also about knowing if the other person can provide a safe environment for you to start developing a healthier attachment style. So let's assume that you've been doing all the hard work, you've been working on yourself, but the other person is also willing to help you create a healthier environment inside the relationship. Perfect. So where do you start? How do you put all of that work actively inside the relationship so that you can start seeing improvements? So one of the most important things to do inside the relationship to reinforce a healthy attachment is reinforcing nice behaviors instead of just taking them for granted and only paying attention to certain behaviors when they are bad. I know that we think that doing kind and pretty things for the people we love is obvious and very intuitive, hence we feel really mad or sad or disappointed when the other people don't do them. But the truth is that even though they may be obvious for us, sometimes they are not obvious at all for other people, or maybe they are so obvious they just take them for granted. So it's important that if you notice any type of behavior that you like, you tell them. Just tell them how much you like it. Or if you notice that they could be doing it, but they just don't, like, I don't know, maybe you like receiving flowers. Instead of getting mad at the other person for not giving you flowers, just casually tell them how you would really appreciate if they brought you flowers. And then once they do, just reinforce it by saying how grateful you are or how much you like it, etc. Direct your attention towards reinforcing the nice behaviors and towards communicating which are the type of things that you would like to experience more. Plus, let's be honest, everybody likes to be praised. So if you focus on praising the other people and telling them how good they make you feel and how grateful you are for the things they do, it's more likely that they keep doing them than if you just focus on telling them how wrong they were or how disappointed you are or how bad you feel whenever they do bad things, because then they will just focus on not doing those things. But that doesn't mean that they are going to start doing nice things, you know? So just focus on the nice things and just see them improving. The next important thing is support. You are going to be looking for support, both give support and receive support, because let's be honest, if you know that you are going to be supported, doesn't matter what, it just takes a huge weight off your shoulders and it helps you create deeper bonds because you just know that you can rely on that person. It just creates this environment where you can feel safe, and that's exactly what you are looking for when you want to create a healthier attachment style. To feel safe. So talk to the people you want to strengthen this bond with about how you can make each other feel more supported and just overall safer inside the relationship, so you can start working on that, because it's way easier to develop a healthy and long-lasting bond or attachment with someone if you just feel supported and if you just feel safe than if you just felt like triggered every time. Like, how are you going to create a deep bond with someone if they just make you feel anxious and triggered all the time? It's not even smart to do it. So if you want to create a healthier attachment with someone, you need to feel supported and safe. The next important thing is offer and receive help. If you want to create deeper and healthier bonds, you need to come to terms with the fact that it's okay to feel and it's okay to express those feelings. It's going to be really hard that you create a deep and healthy bond with someone if you're not willing to open up, because you are not going to allow them to see your bad emotions and your bad moments and the bad side of you. And if you do this, you're just going to feel lonely and you're going to feel like you're hiding from them, and you're just not going to feel safe because you're only allowing them to bond with the good or easy parts of yourself. So make sure that you are willing to open up to someone once you know that you can trust them and that you feel safe and that they are willing to build a healthier relationship with you. And remember that it's okay and it's normal to feel vulnerable, frustrated, weak, to make mistakes, to do things and then having those things go wrong. There's nothing to be ashamed, and someone that it's worth having a healthy attachment with will understand that and will make you feel supported and heard and overall just safe. Also, being mindful that, as always, relationships go both ways. So if you want to create something healthy with someone, it means that you are also willing to be there for them whenever they need support. Obviously, this doesn't mean that you have to be 24/7 available for each other. No, we all have personal commitments, and that's something that we need to discuss with the other people. But just know that in the same way that you expect to be supported and that you expect to receive help from others, you also have to be willing to give that support and that help whenever the other person or the other people need it. And the last thing you should be focusing on is on actually listening to other people and also expecting to be heard. I was going to say what I've said in several videos before and what you have probably heard from like 10,000 other people. Communication is key, which it is. But I realized that most of the times when I hear this sentence is focused on the fact that it's important that you communicate things, and nobody talks about how important it also is to know how to listen to other people when they are trying to communicate their feelings. And it's not just about sitting down and listening. It's about paying attention, engaging in the conversation without making it about yourself. It's about trying to find ways in order to support the other person, to just make the other person feel heard and understood and comfortable and supported. You cannot have real and soulful and meaningful conversations if the other person is not listening. And the same way around, you cannot have a great conversation with someone if you don't pay attention to them. So communication is not just about expressing, it's also about listening. So make sure that you work on both parts of the communication and that you naturally expect the same from the other person. Are there more things you should be paying attention to both inside the relationship and also just in the work you're doing with yourself? Yes, there obviously are, but if I mention them all in the video, it would just be extremely long. So take these as the fundamental ones, as the pillars. Once you have tackled these, you can start deepening that connection, but these are like the essentials. So thank you so much for being here today. I send you a massive hug and see you next week.